Sometimes you gotta slow down to get faster. Well, why? Why sometimes you gotta do that? Why sometimes you gotta slow down to get faster? Isn't that counterintuitive? Well, yeah, but as I said, sometimes that's completely necessary. And why? I think that's a very important question. Why? Well, the reason why this is very important to think about and to reflect is because when you slow down on whatever you're doing, it gives you time to reflect and think about what you are doing, what you have been doing. And then also it gives you time to analyze yourself, analyze what you have been doing, and therefore gives you an opportunity to improve. So it gives you time to reflect and think what you've been doing, analyze all of that, and then look at opportunities where you can improve. Just think about it. It gives you time to reflect and analyze what you have been doing, and therefore gives you opportunities to improve. So, who doesn't want to improve? Sorry, who wouldn't want to improve, right? Like, everyone wants to improve, right? Everyone that is watching this video wants to improve on anything, right? You want to improve on relationships, you want to improve on finances, you want to improve on exercising, you want to improve on your business, you want to improve on whatever skill you're learning, anything. And this applies to anything. So who doesn't want to improve, right? Like, everyone wants to improve at something. So that's why this is very important. That's why. Now, how? We talked about why. How do you do that? Well, I think you simply first need to take action on whatever you're thinking about, because there's two stages people are. A lot of people, if not most people, are in the first stage, which is they just have been thinking about it, whatever they want to do. For some people, as I said, is exercising, other people is business, whatever. They're just thinking about it, and they just need to take action. And there's these other kind of people who have already taken action. And in that case, what you need to do is to just slow down a little bit and reflect. What I just said at the beginning. Now, for the people that haven't taken action, that's the first thing you need to do. You need to take action. If you haven't really done anything meaningful to get closer to whatever goal you have or whatever you want, you need to just start somewhere. Because at the end of the day, you will eventually get into that stage where you need to slow down in order to get faster. So that's a lot of things. That's what has happened to me. Like, and it still happens. Like, I still have that, like, basically disease, because it's just a disease, right? That basically prevents you from taking action, either because of fear of being something risky, which I just have totally got rid of that. Like, I just don't believe in that bullshit, basically, because it hasn't allowed me to take action in so many years. But that's another topic. Basically, you need to take action if you are in that stage, right? That still happens to me and a lot of other stuff that I want to do. But in stuff, right now I'm just going to talk about stuff that I have done, because it doesn't make sense to talk about stuff that I want to do and I haven't done. So if you're in that stage where you want to do something, just take action. And then, even if you're like, oh, but what if, like, I don't know, I need to be perfectly, like, just shut up and take action. Shut up and take action, okay? Whatever the steps you need to do, it's very likely that you already know what you need to do. So just do it. And then in a couple of months, you're gonna, like, fail a lot. You're gonna get better at whatever you're doing. And then whenever you start to, like, get better, you will just have time to rewatch this video or whatever and just be like, okay, I gotta slow down to get faster, right? Now, obviously, for the people who have already taken action on something, then there's this stage where you need to actually slow down, right? I'm gonna give two examples of things that I have taken action for the past months, and the other one is years, and how I just started to really think about slowing down a little bit to get faster. I know that sounds very broad, but let me give it to you. The first one is the gym. So in the gym, I'm gonna put a photo of my current body. Like this is my current body, okay? For some people it seems pathetic, for some other people it seems like the dream body, right? But it doesn't matter. In my case, that's not my dream body. That's not the body that I want. I feel comfortable definitely with this body, but I want to get to this other body. I'm gonna put in another photo, right? And I know certainly that I can do it, so I just need to take action on that. I want to get to this other body. I'm gonna put in another photo, right? And I know certainly that I can do it, so I just need to take action on that. Now, in this case, I have gotten into this body. Before, I was literally like a skeleton from Minecraft. So, I have improved. And in this case, the action that I have taken on the gym is that I have been going to the gym for like 1 year and a half. Like actually go to the gym and be going consistently. Obviously, there have been some weeks where I have missed them, but like generally, like for the past year and a half, I have really gotten the consistency and the actual improvement at the gym. Now I can do handstands. Now I can do pull ups with like 30 pounds on weight, or dips with 40, 50 pounds on weight. Like I have improved, right? Before I couldn't even make 5 pull ups. So I have definitely improved. And but still, as I said, I need to slow down, rethink, analyze what I have been doing. And in this case, it's very interesting because by doing that, I already started to do that like a month ago. It has been a gradual process where I started to just slow down and be like, okay, why I'm not getting this result that I want? Like I actually need to analyze everything that I have been doing in order to actually get faster, you know? In this case, get to the results that I want to have. In this case, I'm just going to be a little bit specific. For example, there's some exercises where, for example, the pull up, I'm just trying to fucking do the reps no matter how I do it. That's a belief that I had 1 year and a half ago. Like for this past year and a half of timeline of going to the gym, going and doing calisthenics, I have had like this mindset of I'm literally doing it so badly, but I'm doing it, right? And then, by meeting some other people who have like different philosophies around calisthenics and all that, I have realized and I have basically been like, okay, I need to slow down to get faster. Okay. You know, let's actually analyze what I'm doing. I have basically rethought about all this. Now, I don't really care about finishing the reps, but rather about the quality of those reps. So, for example, let's say I'm doing an exercise that involves pull ups and I need to do 10 reps. Before, let's say I'll be at the 8th rep and I'll be struggling, right? Freaking struggling a lot. Then on the 9th rep, I will be so fucking tired or whatever, like just fuck, man, like really struggling. And then I just, for the sake of doing the 9th rep, I'm just like doing it, and I'm doing it wrongly. Even if the technique is wrong, I'm just doing it. And I'm like, yeah, I did it. I'm not a bitch. And then now, whenever I'm like on the 8th rep, and I'm like, man, this is fucking getting like freaking hard, but I can still maintain the technique. And I'm like, okay, 9th rep. I'm really just like, man, I know I could do this, but I will do it without the right technique. So I'm just, boom, stopping. I stop, I breathe a little bit. And then once I'm like prepared, like, I don't know, it takes 10 seconds, 5 seconds. And then I get up on on this thing again, and I do it again, but with the right technique. What are the benefits from this? Basically, your body's just gonna be used to doing it the right way. Before, for example, my body was used to doing pull-ups like this because I really didn't care a lot, and I really took the time to analyze. Then after 1 year, literally it was 1 year, I was like, man, what the fuck am I doing? And I just corrected it to be like this because I was before doing it like this, boom. the right way. And obviously it took me time, whatever, but that's a great example of, okay, slowing down and be like, man, am I actually doing it great? How can I improve, whatever? And that's basically how I did it. Now, the thing that I'm doing in that case is just trying to do every single exercise with the correct technique. So, for example, the pull-ups I did, that example with push-ups is like, for example, you are doing the push-up and it's like, boom. Like, for example, I'm doing the push-up, I'm making these, your stomach go a little bit like this, you know, in order to have like the right technique. Obviously, there's different exercises and different techniques, but I'm just basically telling you how I'm doing this, right? So in that case, that's the case of the gym. Then I have another one, which is completely different, but also applies. Like this applies to anything you're doing. This one is about typing, basically typing efficiency. What does that mean? Basically, try to type faster with like the 9 fingers. Because there's some people, including me, like 9 months ago, that type on their computer and their keyboard like this, with literally 2 fingers, and obviously not that efficient. Now, instead of with the 2 fingers, I type with the 9 fingers, and obviously it's much more faster and efficient. Now that's a totally different video that I could make about like how to actually get to that, towards that. I'm just gonna say that 3 months ago, or like, yeah, 3 months ago, 3 months ago I was at 20 or 30 WPM, which basically means words per minute. And now I'm at, that's an average, right? Obviously, like my top is much higher, but now after 3 months like of practicing and whatever, I've gotten to like 80 words per minute. So I have really more than doubled the my words per minute. So that's the proof that I have done it, right? Now, in this case, for example, there's people that literally do 130 words per minute. And it's not like it's completely out of reach. Like it's actually not that hard to do, right? You need to practice more. But that's when this concept of slowing down to go faster kicks in. Because now I could still be doing my normal typing sessions or whatever, where I'm just practicing whatever, how I, in which like the same way I was doing it before, but I will basically plateau and stay at 80 words per minute, because that literally has happened to me like in the last month. I'm literally gonna pull up images about like the data of all that for you to know, to just see yourself. And for example, I'm gonna put this very specific chart. There's this specific color that says typing accuracy. I know this is very nerdy, but I'm just try to listen to this, because this is a perfect representation and a perfect example of the concept that I'm talking about. So there's a very specific data point here called typing accuracy, which basically means, hey, do you actually type the words or do you have errors? So how many errors do you have? In this case, because I wanted to type as fast as possible, I have more errors. So you can see on the chart, I'm having more errors. And then I'm really not having the best typing accuracy. So in that case, I was like, okay, let's slow down to get faster. Okay, let's actually slow down, like analyze and think what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, whatever, and then what are the opportunities that I can do, like that I have in order to get faster. In this case, was okay, focus more on the accuracy, which is the thing that I have been doing. Actually, I'm gonna pull up a photo from today. As you can see, you can clearly see how oh my god, how down here, this is basically this typing practice session that I had today. I have a much higher typing accuracy than the average that I have had for the past 3 months. So right now I'm like really focusing on having the accuracy right, not necessarily the speed, because I mean this literally just applies perfectly, because this has to do with speed and whatever. Literally, I'm slowing down to get more accuracy, and then while typing with this accuracy, I'm gonna get faster. So that's great. And that's just two great examples that I think are very useful and just demonstrate perfectly what I'm trying to share right here. Finally, the what. Like, what do you get from this? Like, why should you do this if you haven't been convinced enough? Well, basically, you obviously, as literally the word says, you get faster at what you're doing, you get much more efficient at what you're doing. Obviously, if you're like doing some creative stuff, I think that's different, but still applies something, because it's not only about the efficiency, but it's also about the clarity and focus. You really gain more clarity and focus because of the analysis that you have made and the opportunities that you have found in order to improve, in order to gain clarity and focus. You get less mistakes, and at the end of the day, you gain more confidence because you are seriously more confident after doing all of that analysis and all of that assessment, all of that practicing on all of that like input in order to improve the output and also the quality of the output that you're having as a human being. You are obviously more confident. So I think there's no downside on this. Like if you just try it out for 30 days, there's literally no downside, because first, at least you realize how much improvement you can have in 30 days. Then second, you actually improve. So there's just no downside, right? And I don't know, I think this is a very important concept for anything, absolutely anything that you're doing. No matter what are you doing, this is a very important concept, because you literally, these are the moments where you like make a significant improvement, even if it doesn't seem like it's significant at the beginning. It's really significant. I have experienced it with some things. I just said two examples. I'm going to experience it in the future with these two examples, because I'm starting to like basically go through this process again. And I just think it's a very important thing that a lot of people should talk more about, or just be reminded more about, right? I think this is just great. And I think it's very helpful. So I think that was very helpful.